Hey there everyone, Captain Beards here, bringing you another Gears of War 5, or Gears 5 video. Let's get it. Alright guys, so I'm going to have some Gears 5 gameplay playing in the background here. This is from the E-League tournament that just that just happened Saturday and Sunday. I didn't want to make any videos this weekend because I just wanted everybody to kind of enjoy the E-League, enjoy all the multiplayer gameplay that's coming out, and then kind of do my thoughts and impressions after I kind of sum up everything. I was going to do a video Saturday, but I was way too invested in like a honeymoon kind of state, and pretty much I would have just been gushing over the game. So I rather now now that I have a level and clear head, I kind of want to give my thoughts now. Now, first of all, what I'm going to say is I think the game looks amazing, and I'm going to touch on one very important thing that I hear people crying about a lot over on Reddit and just in comment sections and all that stuff, that this game should be called Gears 4.5. Now, some people are saying that because they've seen old maps, Dam, Foundation, and there was one more, I can't think of the name. But Dam and Foundation, guys, are not going to be in Gears 5. Understand that. They were only in this tournament just because they didn't want to show off any more new maps. So understand that it's already been confirmed by the coalition that Dam and Foundation will not be in Gears 5. They were just in there for the tournament because they didn't want to show any more maps. They wanted it to be a little bit of a surprise, which I think is the right way to go. First of all, another thing is graphics. A lot of people are saying it's called Gears 4.5 because of the graphics. The graphics are not absolutely amazing, or the graphics look exactly like Gears of War 4. Now, guys, understand Gears has been ahead of its time for quite a while. I mean, if you look back at Gears of War 1, even when Gears of War 1 released, I mean, those graphics were insane. The things that they've done with the characters is just, it's insane that they're able to do such a thing. And with Gears of War 4 is an older game, but still to this day, it is very, very crisp. I mean, there is nothing wrong with Gears of War 4. I think if we were to compare all the games out there right now, I think Gears of War 4 probably still to this day has the best graphics in the gaming industry. So why change it, or why try to fight it? Yes, there are stronger engines out there, and yes, they could probably push past their limits and probably like squeeze out a little bit more. But understand, guys, that at this tournament, and then that all the multiplayer footage that has been released by other YouTubers and stuff is beta footage. This is not final gameplay, so we don't know exactly how it's going to look. They did say it's going to look a little bit better than Gears of War 4, but I don't think we're going to get that much of an increase, guys, so don't get your hopes up too high with that. But why fix something if it ain't broke, right? So why try to go over the top with the graphics if the graphics are already good enough? So they kind of shifted their focus on a little bit more important things, such as gameplay and different strategies, and adjusting more to a different kind of meta. Now let's touch on some of the weapon mechanics and stuff like that. This is where it starts to change from Gears of War 4. The Lancer now has, well, all weapons now have a kind of recoil pattern, so there's no longer a bloom. So now it's kind of like an aim down sights, and you kind of have to control that pattern, which I think is fantastic. And I'm glad they added a feature like that. I hate anything having to do with bloom. When it has to do with bloom, it really aggravates me because I don't want my shots to be random. I want my shots, if I'm hitting you, I want to feel those hits. We're gonna just talk about the Lancer and the shotgun, and the shotgun. So the shotgun is strong, right? I honestly have to say this shotgun looks way stronger than the competitive Gears of War 4 shotgun. So if you hop into an escalation or an execution in competitive Gears 4, you're gonna notice that your shotgun shots have to be extremely on point, or you have to be hitting actives in order to really get those kills. But in this Gears, I've noticed that this shotgun looks pretty powerful. Now, it doesn't look super overpowered to the point where Everybody's going to be running around with a shotgun. Don't get me wrong, guys. It is Gears of War, so you are going to have people that are going to wall bounce the entire game into your face and try to obliterate you with a shotgun. But it looks very controlled. It looks like it's going to be used the right way. And it looks like the Lancer is actually going to be worthwhile now. I mean, I don't know if the weapon swapping is a little bit quicker. It did look a little bit quicker because, I don't know, people were swapping out to that Lancer pretty fast and just mowing people down. And it was great. I mean, that Lancer was doing some work over the weekend, guys. So do not count the Lancer out. I think that is going to be a huge thing we are going to see in this Gears of War. And yeah, I was watching escalation gameplay, so we don't know how really team deathmatch and any of the other game modes are going to play out. But looking at how the Lancer is, I think we're going to see a nice mix, guys. I think we're going to see some Lancers and some shotguns. Now, another thing I need to touch on, which is huge, which kind of affected me in a good and negative way, is nades. I don't know how I'm feeling about the nades, guys. I mean, I could understand escalation is different than team deathmatch and all those other game modes. And I do not have a problem with the smokes. I think smokes are perfect. They explode on contact. They give that smoke screen. There's no longer a stun. I think that's exactly the way smokes need to be. I love it. I think it's fantastic. But where the problem lies is not even the stun. I think the stun grenade is perfect too. I think, the fact that you throw it kind of stuns the opponent, but they can still see you. I think that's perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. I have a problem with the shot grenade. That thing is just brutal right now. And don't get me wrong, in Gears of War 4, it wasn't that bad. Obviously, if you were in it, yeah, you were toast. But in this Gears, the shock is no freaking joke. That thing is strong as hell. So I'm a little bit concerned about the shock and how it's going to intertwine. Obviously, guys, this is escalation, so things are going to change, especially with the rest of the stuff. I think in Team Deathmatch and Execution and Warzone and Dodgeball and Guardian, I think things are going to change heavily. But the nades, I'm not too sure how they're really going to balance those on the casual side. In the competitive side, I think it was fine. I don't know. I think everything looked kind of fine in the competitive side. I think there was a lot. There was at one point in the tournament, I think it was like, I don't know if it was like the semifinal match, that there was a lot of nades going off at one time that I was like, that's a bit much. It was a bit much, but it is what it is. You got to adjust to the meta and stuff like that. So we'll see how those play out in the game. One more weapon I'm going to touch on, and I'm pretty much done, because I feel like all the other weapons are fine. We didn't see any claw gameplay, which kind of sucks. But that's a-okay. Obviously, they're new weapons. The claw is a new weapon, and the talon is a new pistol weapon. So I didn't expect anybody to use those just because they were playing competitive, so they didn't want to risk anything. But the other weapon I'm going to touch on, which is an older weapon that kind of got adjusted, is going to be the Marksa. The Marksa looks good. It looks freaking good, guys. The Marksa is going to play huge now in multiplayer, and I think all forms of multiplayer. I think Team Deathmatch, Guardian, Warzone, Execution, doesn't matter. I think every single time there's a Marksa on the field, I think people are now going to be fighting over it. If you cannot get your hands on a sniper, guys, if that one player keeps grabbing the sniper, pick up the freaking Marksa, because now it is good. It holds more ammo. It can shoot a little bit faster, I believe, and it still does that same amount of damage. If the opponent's weak, you're going to get a headshot on them, and it's going to be beautiful. One thing I am going to touch on that I forgot to touch on about the Nasher, guys, is that the reload on it has changed. There's no more active reload damage boost with the Nasher, which is huge. So now the Nasher, when you reload it, if you hit, so it has 6 bullets, right? So no longer 8, it has 6 bullets now, guys. If you hit a normal reload, you're going to get 3 bullets back. So that means if you drain out your Nasher completely, like you shoot all 6 of your bullets, and you hit a reload, and it is a normal reload, you're only going to get 3 bullets back. You're not going to reload the entire gun. So understand that. Now, if you hit an active reload, you completely max out the clip. So you'll get all 6 bullets back. So active reloading with the Nasher is going to play a huge role in multiplayer, especially on the competitive side. Whether you're a pro player or you're just doing competitive on weekends, or doesn't matter. If you are a player and you are trying to take this game serious, then you're gonna want to make sure your reloads are seriously on point. Because I seen a player over the weekend that they went to go push a fight, and they accidentally didn't hit an active reload. They hit a normal reload, and they only had 3 bullets on their Nasher, and that actually got them killed. So that one little mistake can be a huge difference, guys. So that is huge on the Nasher. And other than the whole pattern spread that you now get to see the pellets that hit and stuff, which goes really fast, guys. So you're gonna have to have a fast eye to see those. That's pretty much it when it comes to the weapon side of the game. Um, Now quality of life changes. The servers are not gonna be 60 hertz, which is gonna make it run more smoothly. Weapon tuning is equal across the board. This has been confirmed. There is no going to be casual weapon tuning and competitive weapon tuning. It's going to be the same across the board, which I think is fantastic. I think that's how it should have been in Gears of War 4. If I'm playing Team Deathmatch in Gears of War 4 and then I hop over to some escalation competitive, I feel very freaking off. I feel like my shotgun, I'm shooting blanks with my shotgun, and I feel like my Lancer's doing pennies. It just sucks. So I think having weapon tuning equal across the board is good. Something they definitely needed to have. But there is one problem that they announced that I think they need to check themselves extremely fast. The aim assist. I feel like they did something very bad here. So in casual, you're going to have aim assist, but in competitive, there will be no aim assist. Aim assist is disabled in competitive, which to me sounds like a very bad idea since they want to kind of streamline the whole crossplay scene. They are trying to really push for crossplay and trying to get everybody to really just combine and play together on the PC and Xbox side. But I'm gonna let you know right now, I'm a PC player, and I've been playing with controller on PC because I feel like controller is actually better on PC for Gears. And I can honestly say right now, guys, there is no way in hell a controller player is going to be able to do good against a PC player if there is no aim assist with a controller player. You can be nasty on a controller, right? But if you're going against a PC player with a mouse, yeah, you're in deep trouble if you don't have aim assist to kind of steer your right direction. Obviously, there's gonna be people out there that are gonna say, "No, I can outplay with the controller. I'm a god." Blah 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 blah. I understand what you guys are saying, but you guys gotta think about the majority of people. You gotta think about the entire scene, right? There's not going to be a lot of pro players in Gears 5. It's a brand new game between Xbox Game Pass. People are going to be trying it out. And if you have this new Xbox player on the controller stepping in Gears against a PC player, obviously that PC player is a gamer, because guess what? They're going to need a very powerful machine to run this game. They're going to have a nice mouse. They're going to have a nice keyboard. You're going to have no aim assist because you're going to hop in competitive. You're going to think you probably have aim assist, but you're going to have no aim assist. When you lock on that Lancer to try to shoot somebody down and a PC player locks on you to shoot you down, you're going to get down. It's just going to happen. They need to put aim assist on the competitive side. I think that was a huge mistake on their part. The coalition, I hope they change their idea there, and I hope they just keep it across the board, because that's going to be very, very bad if they stack both PC players and Xbox players together without that aim assist. That's just not good at all. But pretty much, guys, those are my thoughts. Other than that, I think the game looks amazing. I cannot wait, guys. Remember the 17th, so this Wednesday, you'll be able to download the tech test if you are part of Xbox Game Pass. If you pre-order the game, you'll be able to download the tech test. And then Friday is when we get to start playing. Yeah, Friday or Saturday. We get to start playing the tech test. It's supposed to have team deathmatch, escalation, I think execution, and I think something else. I'm not too sure, but it's going to have a couple of game modes. So pretty hype for that. So look forward to that, guys. Make sure you are ready. Make sure you have some space in your Xbox, some space in your PC, so you can try out the tech test. Hopefully on the PC side, like I said, I play on PC, but I use a controller. So hopefully on the PC side, you know, things go smoothly and we don't have no crazy freezing bug like there is in Gears 4, because that crashing issue is an absolute nightmare. But guys, hopefully I see you guys on the battlefield for Gears 5 on the tech test. And if you are not playing the tech test, I cannot wait to play with you guys when the full game releases. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is not going to be a full review because obviously, you know, we haven't seen the real bread and butter. We still have to see Team Deathmatch. We still have to see Execution. We still have to see Warzone. We still have to see Guardian, Dodgeball. Because Escalation gameplay is a vaguely different, is wildly different from Team Deathmatch. Huge. I mean, that's huge, guys. So that's why I don't want to say, oh yeah, I think multiplayer is going to be the best. I think it's going to be fun. No, we don't really know how Team Deathmatch is going to play, guys. So we'll see. Other than that, guys, as always, stay positive. Peace out.